Welcome back to Beyond the Sold Sign Real Estate Unplugged Season 3. We are your hosts and favorite realtors, Lauren
and Naya.
And we are so happy you are back and joining us for yet another season. So we are diving into real estate like you've never heard before. Unbelievably real, uncensored, and unfiltered. Let's get into the first story of this season.
Woohoo! All right. You never know when opportunity will show up. Sometimes it looks like bad news until you read the fine print. So picture this. A renter comes home after a long day and sees a letter taped to the front door. It's from the landlord and it says the property is being sold. At first, of course, panic sets in. Where will they go? How soon do they have to move? Will the new owner raise the rent? But then in the fine print, there is a line that changes everything. It mentions the right of first refusal. Now, if you're not familiar, in certain parts of Maryland, like Montgomery County, PG County, even Baltimore City, they have what's called the first refusal. So this is the tenant's legal right to purchase the property they're living in before it's sold to someone else. That's right. So this renter didn't ignore the letter. Instead, they called a local realtor, got connected with a lender, and kind of scrambled a bit quickly to figure out what was financially possible. Within days, they were able to get pre-approved for financing. And within weeks, they had submitted an offer, a formal offer for the property that their landlord was selling. After about a 60-day process, they became the owner of the same unit that they were renting. Same address, same keys, but now this time they were building equity and not just paying rent. So that is all about the first right of refusal. I love that.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that.
No, a lot of people don't know that. If you're renting from a private landlord in a townhome, a condo, a single family home, if that landlord chooses to sell while you are renting from them and you're in a lease with them, while you're renting from them, if they choose that they want to sell the home, you actually get first dibs, like before they could put it on the market and prepare to sell it to others. Like, you get first dibs on that home. And I don't know, that's a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, you're already living there. Right. You already know it's rentable. You pretty much know the unit itself. And if you're already there. Yeah. You're comfortable. You might as well just take ownership of it. And then you can still go and grow from there later with another property if you choose. But that's a easy and quick way to get one under your belt.
Right. And it's off.
And you have a relationship. It's off market. Right. You have a relationship with the landlord. Like, sounds like a win to me.
Right. Might as well do it. If you have all your stuff lined up, all your ducks in a row lined up. Because unless you were planning, to go rent again. But if not, if you have the opportunity to buy something and like Naya said, you're already there. You don't have to move. Like, you're comfortable and you like it. You might as well just go ahead and try it and see. Like, what's the harm in trying and see if you can actually qualify to purchase it. And asking now, do you have to ask what your landlord is going to sell it for? Let's say they come and they say, hey, we're going to sell it for, or we're going to put it on the market, but they don't tell you what they're going to put it on the market for. Do you, as the tenant, are you kind of just like, all right, well, let's just see what we can qualify for and see if they will accept this offer? Or do we wait and say, hey, landlord, what are you planning on listing it for, and see if you can get approved for that?
I think it's okay to ask them what they were hoping to, sell it for. Like, you're letting me know that you're selling it. Okay, what and I have the right to purchase first. Like, what's your ideal purchase price for us to have a deal? I would also, like this person did with calling a realtor, the realtor will really be able to chime in and say, give you an idea of what it's worth or what you should offer based on what the comps are.
Yeah.
And we've seen in situations where the landlord is willing to, it's already being sold off market and offered to you, and they're willing to give you a discount. They're willing to sell it less than what it would go for on the market because you have a relationship. They'd like to, they'd like for you to have it, and you know, everyone be able to walk away happy. So I think it's a great opportunity to probably get it for a little bit less and to avoid the competition. Like what?
Yeah. Oh, that would be ideal.
So because again, if they put it on the market, they probably easily can get what they're asking for or more if it gets driven up based on competition. But you could just, nobody would even know. Like,
oh, it's like, oh, you own it?
Just became the owner. Like, people wouldn't even know.
You don't know. So if you are a tenant and you get into a home that you absolutely like love, at some point you can be like, okay, you could be in the back of your mind, if you know, like, I'm gonna be living here for like 2-3 years, in the back of your mind, like, start getting your ducks in a row, start getting your credit together. Like, you're in a rental right now, so like, start getting your credit together, start saving as much as you can, because I'm wondering, like, do you still need a down payment? Do you still need closing costs? Is it still gonna run just like a regular purchase? Which it will. So, you know, start getting those things, and then start reaching out to realtors and lenders, see if you can get pre-approved, especially when it's getting to that time. And then I wonder, like, can you also ask, you know, your landlord, like, oh, are you planning to sell after you rent to me, or will it be just, you know, another rental? Maybe they'll tell you and give you that information, like, well, just so you know, I'm looking to, you know, I may be interested in purchasing it, so just let me know before you decide to put it on the market, which they have to anyway. No, that's good. That's really good. Especially if like you you really like the place, or you know, at some point home ownership is on, you know, your list of goals. Right. That's just like super easy way to start that journey, and again, be able to, like, you know, you're going to be able to rent it out later. Right. It was a great place for you to rent. And so you can easily have a renter yourself at some other point and still get something else later on. Which I love. And how, like, do they just have like a month? Like, how much time do they have to usually, like,
I need to double check that.
I think it's a pretty short window.
Like, I don't think it's more than 30 days.
No, I think it's like a week to 2 weeks. Like, you need to let us know. I think if I'm not mistaken, I swear it's like 7 to 14 days max.
That's pressure.
That is pressure. That's why you know,
start getting your stuff in order.
Get it.
Or, you know, have that conversation. Yeah.
Especially if you're like renewing your lease, like you've been there, right? Like a year, you've been there 2 years, and you're about to renew maybe for the 3rd year. And right when you're renewing, it's like fresh, right? So go ahead and then start getting your ducks in a row. And even if you feel like, okay, they're not going to sell, you know, at least your ducks are in a row. Maybe you can go buy something else. But either way, at least you have it, and you can let them know within 7 days, because it is a short window. Don't think that you just have the entire year to think about it. Maybe your landlord is nice enough to give you that time frame if they say, hey, I am going to sell after this rental period. But if not, you got 7 days, because some landlords may not want you to have it.
Right.
So some landlords,
but they have to offer it to you. So make sure you're ready for when that happens.
Yeah, please. Yeah, they do have to offer it to you. Don't forget. And I don't know if that's every state. I mean, it's here, you know, here in Maryland.
We're in Maryland.
But I don't know if it's every state. So just ask and reach out to a realtor to double check, you know. So,
and again, like, although you have a relationship with the landlord, it's still a tenant and landlord relationship. You want to have a realtor working for you on your behalf still in this process and this purchase, just because that's the safe thing to do, is to still have your advocate for you. Although in most cases, like the landlord, of course, like, hopefully you have a good rapport with them, but you still want to have an agent on your side. And they, like, if they're going to put it on the market, they're likely probably working with an agent to do that. So you still want to have a buyer's agent represent you in the process. But kudos to that person.
Please do not feel like you do that. Don't
do that.
Like, don't work with the agent that's also working with the seller. Like, you walk in, you're like, oh yeah, I can help you, and it's like,
you want
fine. You want your own person that can represent you, because their best interest is the seller. They came in with the seller, and then they're not going to tell you certain things. So I'm not going to say they're not going to tell you certain things.
Still, straight up, they don't have to tell you certain things.
Right, they don't. Yeah, it's fair. You're right. They don't. Yeah, they don't have to tell you certain things, because that's not
Or not like certain things, but like, yeah, like.
So their fiduciary responsibility is not to you. Yeah. So go find an agent that is. You don't have to pay them anything. They don't cost anything. So go ahead and, just go ahead and ask and reach out to someone. Us, preferably.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're in these areas, just go ahead and reach out to us.
Just call us. So, yeah, okay.
But yes, so, if you're not in Maryland and you are renting, see what that first right of refusal looks like in your state, but also in your specific city or county. And then just prepare yourself to be able to do that. Start to have that conversation with your landlord if that's of interest to you. And then just, be ready and go from there.
Yeah. I love this. Yeah. I love this story. This is probably one of my favorites. But thank you again, guys, so much for coming back for yet another season and another episode. We have so much in store for you guys this season. We cannot wait. So make sure you come back every week. We will be here right in either, your living rooms, on your phone, your car, wherever you love to watch us. Okay. So you can find us on your favorite podcast platforms, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all the things. So if you have any questions about anything, feel free to reach out and we will see you guys next week.